We start off with brainstorming ideas, creating the mind map, which was then used to identify users to create personas and their activities, contexts, and technologies through a packed analysis. This allowed us to identify key problems with their current medication management. From the personas and packed analysis, user stories were identified. Scenarios were then extracted from the user stories, which help in developing concrete scenarios. Requirements were identified and use cases were created based on the concrete scenarios. In the design phase, a navigation map, relationship diagram, and activity diagram were created to help create the navigation of the system. Metaphors and design language were then generated to help symbolize functions in the user interface. Storyboards were created to show situations of how the user would use the system. Screen layouts and animations were then designed considering the design information thus far. We will now show how the application works through the prototype that we've created. First off, we have the login page which Jamito has created. Accounts are shown below for test purposes. The user needs to enter correct login name and password or an error message will be displayed. Once the user has logged in, the menu bar created by Joseph will show which account the user has logged in as up the top, the page title, the menu button to the left, and the logout button to the right. The animation that Joseph has created is animating the drop-down menu where the user can select where they wish to navigate to. The logout button logs the user out and sends them back to the login page. If the user doesn't have an account, one can be created by clicking the Create button. The Create Account page was created by Jamito and his animation is the background color changing. The Cancel button sends the user back to the login page. If the names and passwords inputs are empty, an error message will be displayed when the Save button is clicked, and they will be highlighted indicating that they need to have input. With valid inputs, the Save button account creates the account as listed in the test purposes. When the user first logs in, the main menu page created by Joseph shows which buttons the user can navigate to. This is the medication page created by Joseph, which shows a list of added medications with information such as time taken, name of medication, dosage, what form the medication is in, and the active ingredient. And by clicking the headings on each of these labels, the user can sort these values. The user can also select each medication in the list and click the delete button and it'll delete the selected medication. Clicking the Add button sends the user to the Add Medication page created by Jamito, and if the user doesn't input the name, dosage and form, an error message will be displayed and the text fields will be highlighted. The Cancel button sends the user back to the medication page. With valid inputs, clicking the Save button saves the medication and adds it to the list. The prescription page created by Conrad allows the user to view prescriptions or upload prescriptions. The View Prescription page displays a list of the prescriptions, and by clicking Upload allows the user to upload prescriptions from file or photo. Clicking Upload buttons shows a progress bar indicating the upload occurring. The animation is created by Conrad and displays Upload Complete label when finished. If the user that logs in has accounts added to them, they can select one of those accounts through the Select Account page created by Conrad, which shows a list of the accounts added to that particular user. With an account selected, clicking the Select Account changes the account being accessed as indicated by the account label up the top and sends the user to the main menu page.